That's right, I haven't played zombies in 10 years. Well, technically, obviously, I have. You've seen videos of it on my channel, but what I mean by that is I haven't played zombies for myself, not for a YouTube video, for about 10 years, which was Black Ops 2, the last time I can remember actually just playing this game for fun, not to make a video for YouTube, whether it be a storyline video, so playing the game to get quotes or to listen to radios. I haven't played it to get Easter eggs for myself. Every time I do, again, it's for a YouTube video. And just gameplay in general, everything you see, I load up COD Zombies just to get footage for YouTube videos. The last time I can remember playing this mode for myself, for fun, whether it be on my own or with friends, and then not putting that footage on YouTube, probably was Black Ops 2. So technically, I, as in just for myself, haven't played this mode for a very, very long time, and there is a massive difference between just playing it to get footage and playing it to have fun, or because you feel like it. And whether you do or don't make videos on YouTube, whether you make them constantly or maybe you just put up one every now and again, there is a difference. I guess when you're playing the game for a specific reason other than you want to, there is quite a bit that you miss, and you could even say me making this video right now, I still haven't played zombies for myself, so I might be moving on to 11 years soon, but I did for the first time think, you know what, I want to play a game of zombies, and the footage you are seeing here, I wasn't originally intending to upload it, I didn't record it as I was playing, this is from theatre mode, but I was just randomly feeling like playing a game of zombies, specifically Der Riese. I don't know why, don't ask me. However, I don't have World at War or Black Ops 1 on the PlayStation, which is the only console I have set up right now, so I had to settle for the Giant, which is just as good anyway. I do think Der Riese is a little bit better. I prefer the atmosphere, but you can't go wrong with BO3, and the Giant is a really good map. But I just felt like playing a game of zombies, which is a feeling I haven't had for years and years. Black Ops 4, even BO3, the peak of zombies, I guess because it was the peak, that game more than any, I played it mostly for YouTube videos. It's the same with Cold War and Vanguard. Obviously I wouldn't play Vanguard if I didn't have to, but I suppose that was really the reason why I just stopped playing zombies for myself, was because around the time of BO2 was around the time that I started this YouTube channel. And so after I started posting content on it, I stopped playing it for myself. I'd like to come up with the excuse and say I simply just don't have time to play it for myself, but I do. I can find half an hour or an hour, 2 hours here and there. Maybe it's because every other day of my life consists of zombies, making videos on it, so I didn't feel the need to play it, or perhaps in the back of my mind I just got a little bit tired of it, or because I play it every other day to get footage, I don't want to play it even more, or is it because after BO2, zombies just wasn't as good? Black Ops 3 definitely was, but a lot of people would argue that after that, BO4, Cold War and Vanguard, it's never reached that point again. I don't 100% know why I just don't feel like playing zombies for fun. If I had to put it down to one reason, I would say it's probably because I consume so much zombies content, whether it be in the form of YouTube, Twitter, or playing the actual game to make content on it, that when you consume too much of something, you kind of don't want to do it in your spare time. I guess it's like going to work. If you're an engineer, you go to work every day and you do that same thing. You then don't want to come home and do it again. You want to do something else. But yeah, I just had the strange urge to play zombies, and weirdly, I chose to play Der Riese. This has always been one of my favourite maps anyway, up until BO3's Der Eisendrache and Shadows of Evil, or I guess BO2's Mob of the Dead as well in Origins. From World at War to BO1, Der Riese was my favourite map. We then had an updated version of it in the Giant for BO3. It's a classic, and because I started playing zombies when Black Ops 1 came out in 2010, and those 4 World at War maps, which were Nacht, Verrückt, Shinonuma and Der Riese, were also on BO1. Out of any zombies map that you can play on Black Ops 1, even the ones that come on that game, Moon, Ascension, Call of the Dead, Shangri-La, Kino, I would still choose to play this. I think the atmosphere is one of the best. It's where the story began, which is one of the reasons why I fell in love with zombies in the first place. It technically contained the first Easter egg. It's just such a good map. I was also going to play Verrückt. It was in contention between those two, but I recently put Verrückt in a different video. So I thought, you know what, Der Riese, or it's going to have to be the Giant. Yeah, it kind of brought back some older memories of times that I used to play zombies for myself, because I wanted to and because it was fun. Maybe I grew up That's another reason I didn't mention as to perhaps that's why I don't really play it too much anymore for myself. You have to remember that most of us have been playing this game since the beginning, around 15 years now. It's such a long time that you're not going to necessarily do the same thing that you did when you was a kid or a teenager. I would have been about 15 years old, I think, 14. I'm 24 now. Even away from Call of Duty, I definitely don't play the same games that I did back then, the same type of games. Even COD's multiplayer, I played so much Black Ops 1, so much Modern Warfare 2, a ton of BO2, but then after that I kind of also fell out of COD's multiplayer cycle as well. I just stopped playing it. I think that was more to do with the shift that it was going down. We started to have the futuristic games, boost jumping, and then when we returned back to boots on the ground, I just never really got back into COD besides from COD 2019 on the multiplayer side. So maybe it's just a part of growing up as well, and that's not to say I don't love zombies. Obviously I do. I wish more than anyone that we'd get a BO3 version 2, a Zombies Chronicles 2, just to return back to those days where zombies was super good. Now I think it's just okay, besides from the last game we've had, although I do think we can get back to that because Treyarch's next game isn't coming out until 2024 now, so they have enough time, or they should do, to develop a good game. So I am extremely hopeful, which tells me that I still love this mode. I'm super excited to see what's to come, but when I thought about it, I hadn't actually really played it for myself, just for fun, since 2012, and I think so many people would say the same. Anyone who constantly makes videos for it on YouTube, anyone who just consumes zombies content every day, even though you might not realise it when you think about it, probably don't play it all that much. When a new map comes out, yes, you want to find out everything, but a month or two later, do you play it that often? I'd say more than, I don't know, once a week. Do you play it every other day? But another thing this made me realise is how different zombies is now to how it used to be. And it's not all bad definitely going back and playing the Giant for BO3, and then in a couple of videos lately I've talked about Cold War and got some footage for that, which I really enjoyed as well. Even though most people think that BO3 was the peak, or back then zombies was better, BO1, BO2, actually Cold War zombies, from just a gameplay point of view, not atmosphere of maps, or maps as a whole, not storyline or Easter eggs, just purely from gameplay, from mechanics, I enjoyed a little bit more than what I did playing Black Ops 3 Zombies. It just felt more satisfying playing Cold War, and I can't say that's to do with the upgrade system of the perks or anything like that, because I really don't care about that anymore. Cold War's life cycle is over. Once a new COD comes out, I'm not bothered about ranking up anymore, but there was just something purely about the gameplay that just felt a bit more satisfying to me than what it did playing BO3. But obviously the older games as a whole, I have more fun on. One thing that the Giant doesn't have compared to its original version in World at War is the gritty graphics. That's something that's very difficult to replicate nowadays, that you can't get this look. That's why in a lot of video games that we've seen come out over the past few years, we've seen that older 90s style return, which has really took off and become popular again, because people want to see that, and you can't really recreate it in the new world that we live in because graphics are so realistic. So that's something we're never going to see again unless Treyarch implement a specific art style, which isn't going to happen. But these old games still exist and we can always go back and play them. I made a video recently saying that in the future potentially older servers for these older CODs will get shut down, which might happen maybe 10 years from now when Microsoft owns Activision. They will shut down the servers for World at War, but solo will still be there. Yeah, I don't really have anything specific to say in this video other than it was nice to just go back and play a relaxing game of zombies. I enjoyed it that much that I thought, you know what, I want to just talk about this in a video. I was just thinking that, and I was wondering if a lot of other people are in the same boat as well. Do you consume that much zombies content that you never really feel the need to actually play it anymore? Or if you do, how often is it? Is it just every now and again, or do you still play it regularly? So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, drop a like rating. Make sure you are subscribed to stay up to date with the latest videos on the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Until then, goodbye.